Welcome back to my channel, Dr. Koya Ebasi. We are still considering creating additional sources of income. Now, the another area that you need to look at when you are considering creating additional sources of income is the areas of shares in companies. Now, it's not everybody that has the time or the capacity to manage businesses. It's not everybody that can open businesses and manage them and run them very well. Now, if you cannot run businesses very well and you still want to create additional sources of income, then you need to consider buying shares or bonds in companies, because these shares over time, they rise in value. And when the value rises and you sell, you will recover your money in double. So that is an area that everybody that is trying to look at creating additional sources of income need to look at it. There was a time I bought shares in one of the banks about 5 years ago, and then I've just bought 500,000 naira worth of shares and allow it to stay there. By the time it was about 4 or 5 years after that, the value have increased from 500,000 to 1.5, and I decided to sell. As at the time I decided to sell, by the time I made the brokers to sell, the value has come down to 1.3, but at least it was over 150% profit. So it's an area that is very good for people who cannot run and manage their own personal businesses, to put their money there. And one good thing about this area is that you can gradually invest over time. You don't need the whole bulk of money at the same time. You can just be buying bit by bit until you get a reasonable number of shares. So this is an area that everybody that wants to create additional sources of income need to look at it. Even government bonds. These are areas that you are very sure that when you put your money, you will get profit in it. So it's an area that you need to look at it. Buy shares in company, buy shares in banks, buy bonds, government bonds. And then when you want to do in this kind of investment, you need to contact a broker, a stockbroker, somebody who has experience. You don't just jump into it. Look at somebody who has experience, contact the person, and let the person guide you on which companies to invest, the prospects of those companies. And when you have invested, you have to allow the money, the shares to grow over time. It's not something that you just put the money today, then next year or next tomorrow you are going there to look whether they are matured. It doesn't work like that. Put your money there and allow the money to stay there and grow over time. So sometimes it takes 5 years, sometimes it takes 3 years, sometimes it takes more than that. Just leave that money there over time. When the value have risen to a reasonable extent, then you can now sell the shares, recover your money and get your profit, which you can also use either to buy more shares or you use it to do any other business that you want to do. So it's an area that is also very secure, very good, so that whenever you are considering creating additional sources of income, depending on your capacity, if you cannot run businesses, this is an area that is good for you. Be careful to ensure that you contact professionals whenever you want to go into stocks, so that you will not go and invest into something that is a scam. You can buy shares in companies, Nigerian companies and companies overseas. And whenever you are buying shares, you have to look for a good stockbroker to guide you, so that you will not fall into the hands of tricksters and lose your money. It's another area that you will need to really look at it properly. It is very good, and it gives you time to gradually build up your capital when it comes to shares. You look at that and then consider investing in this area. Thank you for watching this video. Subscribe, make your comments and share this video. Thank you.